First up, with a lot of focus on what's been happening in the Al-Shifa Hospital, where it seems Hamas have their terrorist command post literally tunnelled underneath the hospital, trying to protect themselves with medical staff and patients used as their human shields. Well, with that unfolding, listen to this BBC report.
We are hearing from Reuters that is reporting that Israel, it says its forces are carrying out an operation against Hamas in Gaza's Al-Shifa Hospital, and they are targeting people, including medical teams as well as Arab speakers.
Targeting medical staff and anyone speaking Arabic. I mean, this is typical of the smears thrown at Israel, isn't it? If Israel didn't care for civilians, this war would have lasted half a day. Israel has been offering warnings, it's been ushering civilians to safety in the south, and now its soldiers are on the ground losing lives themselves in order to minimise civilian casualties in Gaza. The BBC had to apologise pronto.
An apology from the BBC. BBC News, as it covered initial reports that Israeli forces has entered Gaza's main hospital. We said that medical teams and Arab speakers were being targeted. This was incorrect and misquoted a Reuters report.
Look, the point here is that most of what you are hearing from the media about what's happening in Gaza is wrong, or at the very least, it's spin. Why? Well, because it all comes via Hamas. Claims about casualty numbers and who's been killed and how, if that information comes out of Gaza, it is information controlled by the same evil terrorist organisation that slaughtered 1,400 men, women and children and tortured and defiled their bodies and is still holding 240 people hostage, including dozens of children. Hamas runs Gaza and controls all the information coming out of there. Why would anyone take seriously or take at face value any information approved by Hamas? Yet listen to this. It's from Australia's ABC, and it's not a particularly bad example. It's just typical of so much of what we hear and see, just passing on information out of Gaza as if it is fact.
The Gazan Ministry of Health has said that those patients who have been questioned have been terrified, and they've said it's been completely unacceptable for Israel to be operating inside a civilian hospital. Hamas has always maintained that it is not using Al-Shifa, which is Gaza's biggest hospital, to shield its operations.
This indeed is what they say, but where is the healthy scepticism? Where is the verification? Yet when Israel, which is of course an open, pluralistic democracy with a free and robust press, well, when it makes claims, suddenly that healthy journalistic scepticism reappears.
They claim that they have found Hamas weaponry inside. They also say in another department they found a Hamas command centre. They haven't said where exactly, in what buildings they have found this weaponry or this infrastructure, but they have released a video of the weaponry they claim to have found. We haven't been able to independently verify that.
Now, I'm never going to criticise media for fact-checking and verification. That is great. But why are such standards applied to Israel, where nothing can really be hidden, where there is accountability, and yet those standards are not applied to Hamas, an evil, lying, bloodthirsty terrorist organisation happy to kill its critics? It is just wrong, so wrong. And it's part of the reason that there's so much anti-Israel hatred generated right around the world.